So the MKP and EFF walked out of President Cyril Ramaphosa's Q&A session in Parliament. They walked out singing our favorite song. In this video, I'm going to show you that drama. Then I'm going to show you the ins and outs, the ups and downs. But if you stick with me till my biblical reaction, you get to see the end of the ANC. Because South Africa will prosper. You ready? Okay, press like and let's go. So this is how it went down at the Q&A session.
Honorable Chief Whip of the MK Party, what's the point of order?
Today I rise on behalf of the Progressive Caucus and millions of South Africans. We cannot continue today as business as usual while we have a president in front of us who is continuously living under the shadow and facing impeachment processes. We cannot continue to legitimize his presidency.
Honorable Member, what's the point of order?
Speaker, I have written a letter to you prior to...
State the rules, state the rules.
Honorable members, can you please not open your mics when you are not pointed? What is your point of order?
Thank you, Speaker.
The letter you have written to me, I've received it, and I don't think it's for the House. You can take
Speaker,
it.
Speaker, can I speak?
No retreat, no surrender.
Order.
It cannot be business as usual. There is a reason why I wrote that letter today, because there is an emergency that we need to discuss as this House.
Honorable members, order. Can I address you? Can you please take your seat? Thank you. Honorable members, you have written a letter in respect of a matter that you would like the House to debate. As you know, that cannot happen today. Order, honorable members. I've not responded to the letter of the honorable member because I'm applying my mind on it. Today, we only have got questions to the President. Thank you. Honorable Noluchungu.
Madam Speaker, if you look around this House, you will see that this House is mainly dominated by black faces. That is as a result of those who sacrificed the generation of 1960, the students of 1976. For that, we respect this House.
Yes.
We therefore cannot sit here and listen to someone who does not respect the Constitution. So I want to register that to you.
Order, honorable members.
Hey, bye-bye.
Honorable members, can I address you? Order. Order, honorable members. I did not ask to be assisted in chairing. So can you please refrain from what you're doing? The issue of a motion, which you have written to me about, as you know, has to be considered, and I will respond to you accordingly. But you cannot insist that as we sit here, we suspend the order and discuss a motion. Thank you very much.
Speaker, this is the first time the House is meeting after the Constitutional Court ruling. The first thing you should do is to inform South Africans that the President is effectively charged. He is going to be subjected to an impeachment process. It cannot be that as the House is sitting, you do not take into confidence South Africans about this step that has never happened in our country, whereby a president is impeached. Siyakucela mama, asifuna ufane noma Nqakula uye kwi-podcast after this organization.
Can you please take your seat?
We are asking you, madam, we don't want you to be like the former Speaker of Parliament and go to podcasts and claim that you regret your decisions.
Honorable member, can I address you? Unless you have forgotten what the matters that was in the Constitutional Court was about. And those matters was about Parliament and Parliament's processes. And I think people should not jump the gun in terms of those processes. You sit in the Chief Whip's Forum, You know exactly the step that the Speaker has taken in following the judgment and its implementation. And I think that matter doesn't arise now. Honourable Member.
Chairperson.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise on Rule 85 with respect to proper motives to the President and subsequently casting aspersion that the President doesn't respect the Constitution of the
Order,
Republic.
Honourable Member. Order.
That the
Sit down, you.
Honourable members, can you please allow a member on the podium to express himself? Honourable members.
They didn't even give you a ministry. Sit down.
Honourable member of the MK party, do you want to actually respect this house, or you would want me to rule you out of order and subsequently ask you to leave the house? And I don't think that's what you want. So let's behave ourselves. When your chief whip was speaking, she was listened to, and you need to accord everybody the same right. Can you please continue?
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, esteemed Honourable Speaker. Rule 85 with respect to impute improper motive to His Excellency the President that he doesn't respect the Constitution. And I must emphasize as a point that the Constitutional Court has not found anything negative against His Excellency the President. The Constitutional Court has found issues relating to the rules and processes of Parliament, not His Excellency
Because
the
you
President
abuse
of
your
the Republic.
rules. You abuse the rule.
Thank you, Honourable Member. That order, point of order, is sustained. It is within the rules, and you know it very well. Honourable members, I actually am suspending this discussion on the sequence of the program. We have you are not going to say that, Honourable Reddy. Today it's about the questions to the President, and that's where we end.
Speaker.
Can I ask respectively all other members who have got you? I've noted you, Honourable Mellon, and I've noted Honourable Mantashe, and I'm ruling that now we move to the questions to the President, as it is in the order paper. Thank you very much. The only item on today's order paper is questions addressed to the President. Parties, order. Honourable members, can you be in order? I've noted the leader of MK party. I have ruled and I've sustained the order in terms of what we are here to do before in this house. And we are not having any other matter on the agenda. If you have concerns, you can follow up and write as it is according to the rules if you are not happy with the rule that has just been made in terms of the ruling. Thank you.
Speaker, the rules allow us to raise point of orders. And you can't preempt what these hands are going to say.
You are out of order. You are doing what they did in 2022. You are protecting a constitutional delinquent. Someone who could be a criminal.
Honourable Reddy, I'm naming you. I'm naming you. Because you know...
Speaker, can I be recognized, please?
I am naming you, and the next thing you do that, you will have to leave the chamber.
Please, Speaker,
can I be recognized,
cannot waste the time of this house. Honourable members, I have made a ruling. I have made a ruling. Honourable members, I, as the Speaker of this House, have the duty to ensure the smooth conduct. I've listened to your request and I've indicated that that does not arise. The motion that the member wants to bring will be brought here appropriately. She knows that. She wrote a letter this afternoon and she can't expect an answer and put that motion when it has not gone to the order. Honourable Reddy. Honourable Reddy, do you want to remain in the House? Better behave. Honorable members, can those of you with their hands up put them down? No. Can we go back to the order in terms
In that
of
case, Honorable Speaker, we
agenda?
cannot sit.
Thank you. Honorable members, those of you who want to leave the house, can you please do so orderly? Honorable members of the MK, honorable members of the KMA, you are actually causing disorder. Can the Sergeant at Arms please assist the members to go out?
And so then Thoko Didiza, Speaker of Parliament, went on to conduct the question and answer session with the President without the MK, without the EFF. Speaking of Thoko Didiza, do you remember that 3 years ago when they voted against taking the matter to the impeachment committee, she was just a member of Parliament and she voted no, angvumi. You remember this?
Lisuma RMM.
I vote no.
Tele BH.
I vote no.
Chrissy BD.
I vote no.
Didiza 18.
Angivumi.
Dlamini Zuma NC.
As a disciplined member of the ANC, I vote yes.
Order, honorable members. Order. Order, honorable members. Please. Order, honorable members, please. Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, please. Thank you.
Godan PJ.
As a disciplined member of the ANC, I vote no.
So if Thoko Didiza was not a speaker and she voted to block the impeachment that she now has to preside over, then who's that up there? Well, that is Mapisa-Nqakula, the former Speaker of Parliament. But why isn't she the Speaker of Parliament now? Well, she stepped down and resigned because she had bigger fish to fry. This is her 8 months ago.
Former National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula has broken down in the witness box. She was appearing in the High Court in Pretoria facing fraud and corruption charges. To remind you, it's 12 counts of corruption and 1 of money laundering for allegedly receiving kickbacks from a defence contractor when she was still the defence minister. Mapisa-Nqakula was visibly emotional in the accused box before walking out in tears. Her lawyer, her advocate, confirms they received the docket last week and had requested an adjournment until at least November. The defence also wants to make representations to the National Director of Public Prosecutions to see if there's a cause, or rather a case, against the former Speaker.
Ach no, man, the way she's crying, I think she's very repentant. Maybe people do learn their lesson, especially in the ANC. I mean, now their vote has been shown to be unconstitutional, and it's the ANC that shut down taking the panel report further. I think they've learned their lesson. Mapisa-Nqakula is crying for being in court for corruption and money laundering. And, let's hear the chairperson of the ANC. I think he's regretting that they all voted no.
Many people are making noises. I have seen that many media houses today have interviewed everybody who voted against the decision of the ANC. We are running a political party, we are not running a church. Nobody can expect us to just have conscience and everybody else vote according to their party line. We will vote according to our party line because that is what politics is all about. And numbers count in politics. Your weight as a party depends on your numbers. If you don't have those numbers, your weight comes like when we're 40%, our weight is 40% of the parliament because that is numbers.
So he thinks whatever they did 3 years ago, they would do it again. Okay. But then I'm sure he thinks there's something possibly fishy about $580,000 in a couch by a random person who bought stuff that they apparently never picked up. Yeah? Surely Mantashe thinks there's a problem with that, right?
People listening to you, people such as the former leader of your party and the former president of this country, President Mbeki, he didn't mince his words that in his view, what appeared to be happening there is that there could very well have been money laundering that is taking place. Why do you seek to minimize what was found at the president's property? Because even though, Mr. Mantashe, there is no stealing of money from the state, it still is a crime. If dollars were found at my house, I would have been in jail by now.
Then that is the issue that is going to be considered by the impeachment committee. Is that impeachable? And then I want to leave that at that. But I want to tell you one thing. I'm a smaller scale farmer. I'm no longer a small scale farmer because I'm growing my farm. I do business with those farmers. I sell cattle and sheep and so forth. And that is not an offense. That is not money laundering. I farm and I sell animals. And when I sell animals, I have money. Because people come to the farm, it's a rural farm, people walk into my farm and buy a sheep. They give me 2,000 rand. I keep it. And they come tomorrow, they buy a cow, they give me 20,000 or 15,000. It's 22,000 in the house. That is not money laundering.
But what So anyway, the impeachment committee is making some progress, and the latest...
Political parties in Parliament have been asked to submit names of their members that will serve on the impeachment committee. This, as Parliament rolls out the steps it outlined to establish the committee. The establishment of the result of a Constitutional Court judgment last Friday. The court ruled that Parliament should establish an impeachment committee for President Cyril Ramaphosa to answer prima facie evidence about foreign currency stolen from his Phala Phala farm in 2020. National Assembly Speaker Thoko Didiza met with chief whips of the different political parties today about the composition of the committee. The committee will consist of 31 members. The ANC will have 9 members. The Democratic Alliance will have 5 members. The MKP 3 members. The EFF 2 members. And each from the other political parties will have a representation. That includes the IFP, the Patriotic Alliance, the Freedom Front Plus, Action SA, the ACDP, UDM, Rise Mzansi, Build One South Africa, the ATM, Al Jamar, the NCC, and the UAT.
And what about the fact that Ramaphosa is trying to block it? Well, let's hear from the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Dr. Annelie Lottrit.
And this is really the elephant in the room, Deputy Speaker, and that is the fact that President Ramaphosa several days had told us that he intends on taking on review the Section 89 panel report. The committee now goes ahead with its work, despite the fact that the President has indicated his intention to take it on review. Are you not a bit worried that the committee will start its work, it will then be held up by the fact that an interdict might be granted, and then it just doesn't happen?
Yes, that's always a possibility. However, at this point, Parliament is guided by the Constitutional Court ruling. So Parliament will proceed with the establishment of the Section 89 Impeachment Committee. It will be announced in the documentation, and it will then proceed. The only thing that now can stop the whole process is, as you correctly say, that the president does apply to the court for an interdict. Up until that particular point, and up until an interdict is granted by the court, the Parliament will continue with the ruling and the order as given by the Constitutional Court, the highest court of the country.
As you can see, the yellow, blue, green and red represents the 4 largest parties in Parliament there, and collectively they have 19 seats of the 31-member panel. The 12 other seats are divided by all the other smaller parties, with the exclusion of the PAC and the Good Party. And of course, those 12 other parties collectively are quite a sizable proportion of the makeup of the committee.
So my biblical reaction: he who is often rebuked and hardens his neck will suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. You know, I can think of so many people that keep trying to reach out to the ANC. It's actually been a song for the last 10 years. Analysts going on about if the ANC can introspect and find their moral compass and blah, blah, blah. Nothing. ANC leaders against ANC leaders. You need to introspect because the direction you're going is not good, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Constitutional court, over and over. ANC, you need to respect rule of law. Stop using your majority to do wrong. Nothing. Courts, another ANC leader arrested. Another ANC leader arrested. ANC leader crying in court. Nothing. Impeachment going on. They all show up and say, we would do it again. Nothing. Stiff-necked, hard necks get destroyed, and suddenly. And when it happens suddenly, it doesn't come back. And usually, it goes slowly and suddenly. And I think the ANC is closer to suddenly than it is to slowly. That's all I'm going to say. But no man can serve 2 masters. Either love the one or hate the other, or despise the one and honor the other. You can't serve God and Karl Marx. Let's see you on the next one. Let's make history together. Cheers.